Hello, Rhonda here with a yoga flow practice. I recommend using a pillow to sit on, a block, a strap. The dog is optional. Let's get started. Sit up nice and tall up through your sit bones, placing your hands at the tops of your thighs, right by your knees. Close your eyes and just focus on your breathing right now. Breathing in and out through the nose, breaths of equal length. And with each round of breath, deepening the breath. Focusing on the here and now, throwing out your to-do list. On your next breath, inhale to sweep those arms up, palms together, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach, lengthen, hands come to heart center. 2 more times like this. Bring your arms down by your side. Bring your right arm out to the side. Take an inhale. Exhale, flex up and over. Inhale back to center. The left arm comes up and over. Now just moving in a flow from one side to the other. Warming up the body for more work to come. Moving in a nice fluid motion. 1 more on each side. Bring it back to center. Connect the thumbs. Reach your arms up towards the sky. Take a big inhale to lengthen. And then exhale, dive forward. Once your hands have found the floor, just go ahead and relax the head and the neck. Let's take 3 deep breaths here. And we're going to walk our hands to the right side of our mats. Hold it here for a couple breaths. Then walk your hands through the center over to the left side of your mat. Return to center. Walk your hands back towards your center line. Inhale to sweep both arms up, and then we're going to turn over to your right. Inhale, center. Exhale, turn over to your left. Moving in that nice flow, rotating from one side of the room to the other. One more in each direction. Let's go ahead and bring it back to center. We're going to bring our feet out in front of us, about hip bone distance apart. Place your hands right behind your bottom. Take an inhale and then exhale to lift into a tabletop position. Let's take 3 deep breaths here. Land your hips back onto your mat. And we're going to make our way onto all fours. All right, making our way onto all fours. We're aligning wrists with elbow and shoulder. The knees are directly underneath the hips. Now moving in a cat-cow flow here. Take an inhale. Exhale to flex the spine into cat, and then inhale to cow. It's 1 breath, 1 movement. Inhaling into extension, and then exhaling into flexion. Inhale to cow, and exhale to cat. Let's do this for 2 more rounds. Let's go ahead and bring the spine back to neutral. We're going to shift the hips into child's pose, bringing your hips towards your heels. We're coming into extended child's pose, reaching those arms forward. Elbows are lifted off your mat. Let's take 4 deep breaths here. We're getting some nice lengthen through our spine. And then on our next inhale, let's shift our hips forwards so that we're in a modified plank position. From here, we're going to move in a flow, shifting the hips back into child's pose, and then inhale forward to modified plank. Moving in that nice flow, forward and back, moving at your own pace. Inhale forward, and then exhale to shift back. You can add a little push-up as you come into your modified plank. Inhale back up, and then shift back forward. Maybe even come into 2 push-ups, and then come back towards your heels. Let's do this for 1 more round. Inhale forward. Exhale 1 or 2 push-ups back to child's pose. Let's meet in that modified plank position. From here, we're going to take a slow bend in the elbows, slowly descending until the front of our bodies are on our mats. Let's align our fingertips with our shoulders. Take an inhale, and then exhale into a little baby cobra here. Maybe even float your hands off the mat. Let's hold for 3 breaths here. Place your hands back onto the mat. Take a big inhale. Exhale. Shift those hips back into child's pose. Inhale to modified plank. Leading with the chest, slow bend at the elbows, shifting forward through the crown of the head, slithering into that baby cobra. Exhale, child's pose. 1 more round here. Inhale, modified plank. Slowly lowering. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, child's pose. Nice. From here, we're going to come back to all 4s. We're going to roll the toes under, coming to our first downward facing dog. So let's go ahead and warm up the backs of the legs by pedaling the heels right and left, right and left. Maybe with each repetition, those heels reach a little closer towards your mat. Now let's go ahead and press both heels towards the mat. See if you can lift those hips up even higher to the sky. Let's take about 3 deep breaths here. Let's reach that right leg high to the sky in 3-legged dog. Bend that right knee, open up through the hip, looking underneath that right arm. And let's warm up that hip. Let's make a little circle with our knee in one direction. And then let's reverse the direction. Let's recenter our hips. We're going to bring that right knee towards our nose and settle that foot in between our hands at the tops of our mats. Let's rest the left knee onto the mat, bringing the top of the foot flat onto the mat. Hands come to heart center. And then go ahead and inhale to sweep those arms up towards the sky, palms together. Coming into that light back bend. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Bring the hands to heart center. Frame that right foot with both hands. We're gonna lift up on that left knee, send that right foot to meet the left foot in plank pose. Salutations. Let's hold for 3 breaths here. And then shift back, those hips back into a downward facing dog. Now moving on to the other side, we're gonna lift that left leg high to the sky. Take a bend in the knee, open up through that left hip, looking underneath that left arm, and now making a circle with that left knee in one direction, and then reverse the direction. Recenter those hips. You're going to draw that left knee towards your nose, and then you're going to bring that foot in between your hands at the tops of your mats. Bring your right knee onto the mat. The top of the foot comes on the mat, and then hands to heart center. And then inhale to sweep those arms up high towards the sky, coming back to that nice gentle back bend. Our low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Holding for 2 more breaths here. Bring the hands back onto the mat to frame that left foot. Roll the toes under of the right foot, lift up on that knee. Send the left foot to meet the right foot in Salutations, plank pose. Hold for a couple more breaths here. And then on your next inhale, exhale and shift in back into downward facing dog. We're gonna bring our gaze in between our hands at the tops of our mats, bend the knees, and then just slowly walk your feet towards your hands in a forward fold. Bend the knees, inhale to sweep both arms up, palms together, hands to heart. We are ready for our sun salutations. Inhale to sweep both arms up. Exhale down into chair. Inhale to reach, lengthen. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, hands at the shins, gaze is forward. Exhale, deepen your fold. Inhale the right foot back, the left foot meets it in downward facing dog. Inhale to plank or modified plank. Exhale, chaturanga, shifting forward through the crown of the head, inhaling into up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale that right leg high to the sky. You're going to bring that foot in between your hands at the tops of your mats. Inhale to sweep both arms up into that high lunge. Exhale, frame that right foot. Bring the left foot to meet the right foot in forward fold. Inhale to sweep both arms up. Exhale down into chair. Inhale, reach, lengthen. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, gaze is forward. Exhale, deepen your fold. Inhale that left foot back. The right foot meets it in downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga, shifting forward through the crown of the head. Inhaling into up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale that left leg high to the sky. You're going to bring that foot in between your hands at the tops of your mats. Let's circle through that high lunge. Big inhale here. Exhale, frame that left foot. Bring the right foot to meet the left foot in forward fold. Inhale to sweep both arms up. Palms together, hands to heart. Back to mountain pose, Tadasana. Now moving into our warrior series, we're gonna send that right foot back, squaring off those hips towards the front of the room, aligning the left knee with the left ankle, starting with the hands in prayer, and then maybe even sweeping those arms up towards the sky. Relax the shoulders back and down. Let's hold for 2 more breaths here. And then on your next inhale, open up those arms, sink a little deeper into those hips for warrior 2. Stretching those arms in opposite directions. Bringing your gaze past that left middle finger. Let's go ahead and bring that left palm up towards the sky. Shift slightly forward through the hips. And then reach that left arm up and over. And reverse warrior. Let's hold for about 3 breaths here. And then on your next inhale, cartwheel those arms, really reaching that right arm up and over for extended side angle. Feel free to use a block for support if it helps you get better into your pose. Two more breaths. And then let's go ahead and cartwheel those arms back to center. We're going to pivot that left foot in. So now our feet are slightly internally rotated. Bring your hands on your hips. Open up through the chest. Take a big inhale. Exhale, bring those arms forward and dive as far forward as you can. Once your hands have found the floor, walk them forward to create more length in your spine. It's kind of like a downward facing dog, except for your feet are in a wide position. And then from here, you're going to slowly walk your hands towards the center of your feet. Maybe align your fingertips with your toes. And with each inhale and exhale, feeling some length into the backs of the legs and drawing your head a little closer towards your mat. Let's come slightly up. From here, we're going to walk towards the back side of the room to make our way into a lunge position on the other side. We're going to bring that back foot to meet the front foot in our forward fold. Inhale to sweep both arms up. Palms together, hands to heart. We're going to do that same warrior sequence on the other side. Now sending that left foot back for warrior 1. That left foot is at a 45-degree angle. The right knee is in line with that right ankle. And then on your next inhale, sweep both arms up. Relax the shoulders back and down. This is your warrior 1. And then on your next inhale, open up those arms. Sink a little deeper into those hips for warrior two. Now bringing your gaze past that right middle finger. Let's hold for about 3 more breaths here. Let's go ahead and bring that right palm facing up towards the sky. Shift slightly forward through the waist and tilt into reverse warrior. Now that right bicep should be tracking right over the ear. Feeling that nice opening all throughout the right side of the body. Let's hold for 2 more breaths. And then on our next inhale, let's cartwheel those arms, really reaching that left arm up and over for extended side angle. Again, feel free to use a block for support underneath that right hand. And hold. And breathe. And then on our next inhale, we're going to come on up. Coming back to that wide stance. And then this time bringing our toes in external rotation. Bring our arms out to the side, thumbs together. And then take a slow bend in the knees. Keep the spine long and the chest lifted for goddess pose. Maybe with each inhale and exhale, sinking a little deeper into those hips. Let's go ahead and slowly extend those legs. We're gonna take a step back to the front of our mats, coming back to that vinyasa. Inhale to sweep both arms up. Exhale down into chair. Inhale to reach, lengthen. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, deepen your fold. Send one foot back, then the other, doesn't matter which one. Downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga, shifting forward through the crown of the head. Inhaling into up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now looking in between your hands at the tops of your mats. You're either gonna walk or softly jump your feet in between your hands. Inhale to sweep both arms up, palms together, hands to heart center. All right. From here, we're gonna go right into warrior two, stepping that right foot back. Let's go ahead and bring both palms up towards the sky, moving in a flow from here. We're gonna take an inhale, exhale, that right arm up and over. Inhale to open, exhale to reach. Inhale to open, exhale to reach. One more time. Let's go ahead and bring our palms facing away from our body. We're gonna straighten out that left knee. Maybe narrow your stance a bit. Take an inhale, exhale, shift forward, and then tilt those arms into triangle. Our goal is to get the arms in one straight line here. And again, feel free to use that block for support. Let's hold for 2 more breaths. And we're going to bring that right hand to meet the left hand, preparing for twisting triangle. Now go ahead and place your left hand on your hip. Open up through that left shoulder. And when you're ready, maybe even reach the left fingertips up towards the sky. and hold and breathe. Let's go ahead and bring that left hand back to meet the right hand. From here, we're going to slightly walk our hands forward, pivot that back foot so that you make your way into another lunge position here, preparing for a 3-point balance. We're going to bring all our weight into that left foot, lift up on the right foot. As you're reaching the sole of the right foot towards one side of the room, the crown of your head is reaching towards the other side of the room. Feel free to use a block for support here. Now you can stay here in 3-point balance. If you'd like to do a hip opener, you're going to open up through that right hip. Maybe start off by placing your hand on your hip. And maybe even reaching the fingertips up towards the sky. This is your half moon pose. Let's hold for 3 more breaths. And then we're gonna slowly come on up. Woo! Coming back to that wide stance. Externally rotate through the toes. We're gonna come back to goddess pose. Thumb and forefinger together. Take a bend at the knees. Bring your arms out to the side, and we're gonna do a little tilt here. Take an inhale, tilt over to one side, and then inhale through the center, exhale, tilt over to the other side. Moving in that flow. Let's do one more on each side. Bring it back to center, thumb and forefinger back together, and then come down just a couple more inches and hold. For 2 more breaths here. And slowly extend those legs. Now turn to the back side of the room. Starting off in Tadasana. We're going to step the left foot back this time, coming into Warrior 2 on the other side. Sinking deep into those hips. Now moving in that flow, bring the palms facing up towards the sky. Take an inhale, exhale that left arm up and over. Inhale back to center. Exhale, reach. Inhale, open. Exhale, reach. 2 more. And keep it open here. Bring the palms facing away from the body. Now straighten out that front leg, preparing for our triangle. Shift slightly forward through the waist and teeter-totter those arms into triangle. Really reaching the left fingertips up towards the sky. And hold. And breathe. Let's go ahead and bring that left hand to meet the right hand. Now preparing for a twisting triangle on the other side. Starting off by placing your hand on your hip, and or maybe reaching the left fingertips up towards the sky. And hold for 2 more breaths here. Let's go ahead and bring the hands in front of that right foot. Making your way back into that lunge position. You're gonna bring all your weight into that right foot now, lifting up on the left foot for 3-point balance. Again, as the sole of the foot is reaching towards one side of the room, the crown of the head is reaching towards the other. And again, you can either stay here in 3-point balance, but if you'd like to come into that hip opener up, open up through that left hip. Maybe even reach the left fingertips up towards the sky. And hold and breathe. 3 more breaths here. All right, we're going to come back to that wide stance through the center. And now bringing our toes in internal rotation. We're going to come back to that forward fold. Arms out to the side this time. Take a big inhale. Exhale. Fold forward. We're going to place our left hand right smack center in between our feet, and then place our right hand on our sacrum, looking over that shoulder, and then maybe reaching the fingertips up towards the sky. Inhale, exhale, and switch. Right hand smack center, left hand on the sacrum, or maybe even reaching those fingertips up towards the sky. Let's go ahead and bring that left hand to meet the right hand on the floor. From here, we're going to pivot our feet in so that our feet are in parallel. Bring our hands together, and then to heart center, and rise. And we're going to do one balance pose before we go onto the floor. So let's go ahead and bring all 4 corners of that right foot onto your mat. You're going to bring the sole of the left foot, either the toes can be resting, the sole of the foot can be on the inside of the calf or the inside of the thigh. Whoop. And once you've found your balance, bring your hands to heart center, finding that drishti, focal point. Something in front of you that's not moving. And when you're ready, reach both arms up towards the sky. Relax the shoulders back and down. Bring the palms together. Hands to heart center. And slowly release your foot. Give it a little shake. Shake it off. And now bringing all 4 corners of that left foot onto your mat. You can either have the toes resting, the sole of the foot on the inside of the calf, or the sole of the foot on the inside of the thigh. Preparing for your tree pose. Find your balance, that drishti, focal point, something in front of you that's not moving. When you're ready, sweep those arms up towards the sky, relax the shoulders back and down, and hold. Three more breaths here. Palms together, hands to heart center. And we're going to make our way down onto the mats in a child's pose with your hands behind your head. Hands behind our head, our neck, in prayer, elbows out to the side. Press your hips toward your heels. And let's hold for about 3 more breaths here. Now go ahead and extend those arms out in front of you, back to extended child's pose. Take an inhale to shift those hips forward into that modified plank position. And then from here, you're going to take a slow bend at the elbows, slowly descending until the front of your bodies are on your mats. Bring your arms down by your side, preparing for Shalabhasana Locust pose. Inhale to lift the shoulders, the chest, the feet. You're reaching your fingertips towards your toes. If you'd like to come into a shoulder opener, interlace your grip behind your back. And hold. And breathe. And slowly make your way out of it. Moving into your counter pose. Let's come into puppy dog pose. So it's kind of like child's pose, except for your hips are away from your heels. And you're feeling that nice opening all throughout, underneath the arms and the sides of the body. Slowly walk our hands back towards our body and come into a seated position with our legs out in front of us. Go ahead and grab a strap if you need it. Coming into that nice tall seated position, you're gonna reach those arms up, out and forward with those 2 peace fingers, grabbing onto those 2 big toes, using those thumbs as thumb caps. Or you can hold both ends of your strap and you're going to place it underneath the ball of the foot. And then with each inhale and exhale, drawing your chin a little closer towards your thighs. So not only are you feeling a stretch at the backs of the legs, but you're feeling an opening through the lower back, creating space in between each vertebra. And hold for 2 more breaths. And slowly come on up. You're going to bring the left foot in towards the center line. The right foot comes up and over the left knee, finding both sits bones onto your mat. Reach the right arm up towards the sky. Bring that hand up and over. Use the hand as a kickstand to lift your spine even taller. Hug that left knee in. Bringing your gaze past that right shoulder. Let's hold for a couple more breaths here. And inhale back to center. Extend that right leg. Bring the sole of the left foot on the inside of the thigh. Inhale to sweep both arms up. Exhale, dive forward. Interlace your grip around your foot or use your strap. And hold and breathe. Holding for about 3 more breaths here. And then on your next inhale, come on up. We're going to come into a seated wide stance. Inhale to reach both arms up. Exhale, dive forward. And once your hands have found the floor, just go ahead and relax the head and the neck. We'll hold for a couple more breaths here. And then slowly walk your hands back towards your center line. We're going to bend the right knee. Bring the foot in towards the center. The left foot comes up and over the knee. Again, finding both sits bones on your mat. Reach the left arm up towards the sky. Take a big inhale. Exhale. That hand comes up and over. And you're hugging that left knee in. And slowly bringing your gaze towards that left shoulder with each inhale and exhale. And then on your next inhale, bring your gaze back towards the center. Extend the left foot forward. The sole of the right foot is on the inside of the thigh. Inhale to reach both arms up towards the sky. Exhale, round forward again. Either interlacing your grip or using your strap, holding both ends. Let's hold for 2 more breaths. And then on your next inhale, rise. We're going to take that left foot. We're going to bring that left foot to meet the right foot. And butterfly pose, maybe with those elbows pressed down on those inner thighs. Let's get some lengthen through the spine here. Take a big inhale. And then exhale, round forward. Hold for 2 more breaths. And then on your next inhale, rise. We're going to bring the legs together, extend them. I'm just going to come off to the side here. So let's sit up nice and tall. Bring your arms parallel to the floor. Shoulders are relaxed. As you slightly lean back, you're going to shift your heels in towards your center line, and then you're going to lift the legs into boat pose. Using your core strength. And then from here, we're going to take those 2 peace fingers, grabbing on to the 2 big toes, and extend those legs out for big toe wide boat. Keep that spine long and chest lifted. Let's hold for 2 more breaths here. Slowly release. And both feet onto your mat. And then we're going to slowly roll down onto our backs. Preparing for bridge pose. So walk those feet in. Take an inhale, exhale. Lift those hips up into your bridge pose. If you want to come into a shoulder opening, you can interlace your grip underneath your torso. Bring the shoulders in together, blades in together, and lift those hips up even higher. And hold, and breathe. And slowly release. Coming into our counter pose. Let's go ahead and bring the soles of the feet up towards the sky. Hold on to the outer edges of the feet and rock from side to side in happy baby. Releasing that lower back. Bring it back to center. We're going to bring your legs in tabletop position, arms out by your side. Legs are zipped up. Coming into a twist here. You're going to take an inhale, exhale to slowly bring your knees over to the right. Try to keep that left shoulder down. Feeling that nice stretch in through the torso. On your next inhale, bring the knees back to center and then bring them up and over to the other side. Trying to keep that right shoulder anchored. And hold and breathe. Let's go ahead and bring the legs back to center. We're going to finish off with shoulder stand. Lift the hips up and legs up towards the sky. And then from shoulder stand, if you like to come into plow pose, slowly bringing those legs up and over. Whichever pose you've chosen to end your practice with, take a moment to honor your body, yourself. Be grateful to yourself for the time you set aside for your practice. Slowly make your way out of it. Let's go ahead and come into one more back release here. Bringing your hands at the outer edges of the soles of the feet. Rock from side to side and happy baby. Extend those legs. Bring your palms now up towards the sky, shoulders away from the ears. Coming into final relaxation, Savasana. Bring the shoulders away from the ears. Relax the forehead, the jaw, your chest, your hips, your legs, your feet are slightly splayed out. Hold for as long as you like. Namaste. Have a wonderful day. At the start of the pandemic, when we were in lockdown, I learned a new skill, and that was teaching virtual fitness. Yoga Flow was my very first class. I'm thankful for all the students who shared their practice with me every Saturday morning. I now realize that it's possible to connect spiritually through live virtual fitness.